Real tea, plastic savage. Ooh, spill that tea.
As always, I just want to remind you, everything I'm discussing is for entertainment purposes only. I am not actually affiliated with these people, and this is all speculation and based on what we've all seen as the public. And on that note, let's get into some things. Hey guys, welcome back to another segment of Nicki Minaj Highlights. If you haven't tuned in before, we've done this once with the Met Gala, reviewing all of the times Nicki Minaj has attended the Met Gala and all of the looks. This time we're going to be doing the same but for the VMAs. That's right, MTV Video Music Awards edition. We're going to go through all the looks, all the awards, all of the performances, and all the drama. So if you want that VMAT, we got it. Alright, so first we're going to take it all the way back to 2010. This is the first time that Nicki attended the VMAs, and they were at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles, California on September 12th, 2010. She put on an out-of-this-world performance at the VMAs pre-show with will.i.am, and her setlist included Your Love and Check It Out. Honestly, the performance is like Nicki Minaj in her essence. If you are a true Barb, this is one of those performances that is just historic. It's monumental. She really was getting taken serious finally, and she was just going all out, and she was like bringing out the alter egos. She had her pink wig, and she was just going crazy, and she was giving it up the way classic Nicki Minaj gives it up. Okay, it was full on, ready to be Pink Friday era. And this was definitely like one of those performances and events where she used it as like a kickoff for like the rollout for the album, because at this point Pink Friday wasn't even out yet. That wasn't even happening for another few months. So this was definitely like a major part of the rollout. Although that being said, she was already so huge at the time, like they didn't even really need to do that kind of a rollout, honestly. They already had, her doing commercials for the VMAs. I remember the commercial was so dope. They had her like as a little girl. They had her riding like a motorcycle, and it was just so super positive about how Nicki always dreamed of, being like a superstar. And I miss that. I just really miss how much the music industry embraced her, as she was, such a unique and super talented rapper and artist overall. Also, what was really cool is, and we didn't know this at the time, but they also were following Nicki for her documentary series, My Time Now. So that was really cool because, months and months later, we got to actually see the lead up, what it took going into preparing for the performance, for the red carpet, just attending this major iconic pop culture event. So like as a fan, if you're a Barb, you already know that. That documentary was such a big deal for the fans and for her. And that VMAs also was so important too, because it was her first one ever. Now, of course, it would not be an award show without the awards. She was nominated for Best New Artist for Massive Attack, but she did not win, and that's okay, because she still wins every motherfucking day. And she presented an award with Katy Perry. Didn't they look so cute together? I love them together. I want them to do another song. Swish, swish, bish. Okay, so we made it through 2010, but now we're in 2011. August 28th, 2011, at the Nokia Theater in Los Angeles, California, Nicki Minaj attended her second VMAs, and she showed up looking amazing. Now, it's actually really crazy because Nicki Minaj has always been ahead of her time, but she has, in the past called herself the Harajuku Barbie. So the fact that she showed up in this very Harajuku girls, Harajuku Barbie look, it was just giving what it was supposed to give. It was so quintessential Nicki Minaj fantasy. It was all that and a bag of chips. I'm telling you, definitely, in my opinion, one of my all-time favorite looks that she ever did. Not just at an award show, not just like at the VMAs, but in general, it is one of my favorite looks of all time. I mean, the hair was giving Sherbert, Harajuku, Geisha Girl. That metallic dress was giving futuristic cyborg look that was really just ahead of its time. I mean, in 2011, someone showing up dressed as a metallic, futuristic Harajuku Barbie, like people were breaking their necks trying to understand what she had on, from the stockings to the ice cream cone necklace and the hair and the face mask. And it's just so interesting because she showed up wearing a face mask that now we all have been having to wear because of COVID. I'm laughing at the fact that Nicki was wearing face masks 10 years ago, but for fashion, because you know we love fashion. And actually, if I'm gonna keep it 100%, I was so inspired when I saw her wear this look with the face mask that I wish that I had an outfit that I could incorporate a face mask with. I just always felt like I was gonna look ridiculous. And then COVID came along and all these different packs of cute little masks with all the different colors and prints, and ooh, I was matching my masks to my outfits every day. It inspired me. But before COVID inspired me with the masks, it was Nicki Minaj inspiring me with the masks, with this look at the 2011 VMAs. So upon arrival, Nicki met with an MTV correspondent on the black carpet, and they previewed the video for Fly featuring Rihanna. So that's how long ago this was, that the video for Fly featuring Rihanna was not even out yet. But let me just tell you, I remember sitting there, freaking out, losing it, watching this in real time, looking at the way she looked, just being like my eyes popping out of my head, just being in awe at this beautiful, iconic, next level, legendary fashion icon. So they previewed the music video for Fly right there on the black carpet, and then right after the VMAs, they debuted the video. And so, of course, I mean, like, what a better way to do that? You know what I'm saying? So that video premiered right after the VMAs, and that was a really big deal too. If you haven't, you should go check out the music video for Fly by Nicki Minaj and Rihanna off of Pink Friday, Nicki's debut album. Now, when it comes to the awards, she was nominated for 3. Best Female Video, Super Bass, and Best Collab for Moment for Life, but she didn't win either of those. She did win Best Hip Hop Video for Super Bass, so that's really awesome. And while we're talking about it, you should probably go and stream Super Bass. Yep, stream it on all platforms and watch the video. Also, she presented an award with Jonah Hill, and they did a little skit on stage before presenting, so that was cute. And I know Jonah Hill is known now for more than just his like funny comedy roles, but I would definitely love to see Nicki work with Jonah Hill in some kind of, you know, comedic capacity in the future. So hopefully we can see that. 2012 was the 3rd time Nicki Minaj attended the VMAs. They were on September 6, 2012, and they were at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles, California. Now, when Miss Minaj showed up to the red carpet, she came in what looked kind of like an evolution of the wig that she wore the year before. It had the bright yellow and pink aspects to it, and it was kind of like curly and fluffed up, like, you know, kind of like giving Marilyn Monroe, but like drag queen. It was definitely on the drag queen spectrum for the amount of teasing that was going on in that wig. But I love the wig. It was a yellow wig with like pink kind of like accents on it. And her outfit was like, it kind of looked like see-through lace, and it was like all like sparkly, and then like the outline of the outfit was all done in like a red. It was, and you know what? It was interesting because it was kind of off-putting to how brightly colored she usually showed up, and then she shows up in this all black with like red accents on it. And that's when she had started wearing the captain's hats. So she was, you know, matching these blinged out, you know, over-the-top captain's hats with her outfits back then too, and that was so cute. Such a moment. Anyway, she was actually nominated for 2 different things. She was nominated for Best Hip Hop Video and Best Female Video. Best Hip Hop Video, she was nominated for Bees in the Trap, but she didn't win. But she did win Best Female Video for Starships. I mean, if you don't remember, I don't know where you were, but Starships was literally everywhere. It's one of those songs where I'm like, I love it, and I love the success that it brought to my, my fave, but this song was so overplayed and overdone by mainstream that there's no way that it couldn't have gotten any awards. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, to date, that song is still one of her most successful. So shout out to Nicki and her choice to do Starships back then. So this year at the VMAs, she actually ended up performing her collaboration that she had with Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire, the Inferno version. And they had Gabby Douglas, the Olympian, perform. She was, doing her gymnastics set and routine on stage while Alicia and Nicki were performing. And I will never forget it, that moment when everything went black and they just shined the light on Nicki across the stage, and she just stood there with her hood up, bopping back and forth like, oh my god. It sounded like they raised her microphone volume and lowered everything else. It was so crisp. She was so on beat and on point. It was just such a moment to have witnessed. Not to mention the fact that we saw Nicki Minaj, Alicia Keys, and then the Olympian Gabby Douglas all on the same stage at the VMAs. I mean, that's iconic. And since we're on the topic of Alicia Keys and Nicki Minaj, I really would love to hear them on a song together again. I know they did something for DJ Khaled's album back in 2017. They Don't Know, I believe the song was called. And I do really like that song. But I'm here for, a potential Nicki and Alicia feature on, Nicki's next album or Alicia's next album. So hopefully we can manifest that. Also, I thought it was worth mentioning that Nicki did not think that she was actually going to win anything this year. So she ended up going up on stage when Lil Wayne and Young Money won an award. She went up with them, and she was joking too after she wins her award. And she even said, I didn't think I was getting up on that stage, so I made sure I got my ass up on there one way or another. And that's just so funny. She was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to make myself heard and seen. But she didn't even need to do that because she ended up winning anyway. So the next time that Nicki attended the VMAs was in 2014. They took place on August 24th of that year at the Forum in Inglewood, California. She came with 5 looks that night. She had 4 performances, and a lot of the prep work and that night is documented in her MTV mini docuseries, My Time Again. So if you haven't seen that, you should check that out. 2014 was actually a really big year for her in general. A lot of her songs that were coming out in preparation for the Pink Prince arrival were doing well on the charts, and her features were doing well on the charts. So they were trying to have her perform all of the songs that were doing well on the charts, and they even were trying to get her to perform Flawless Remix with Beyonce. But Beyonce, apparently felt like it was too much pressure on Nicki, which she ended up being right, because Nicki barely even had enough time for her quick change in between Anaconda and Bang Bang with Ariana Grande and Jessie J. But before we get into that drama, let's discuss how she arrived on the red carpet, shall we? So her first look of the night was her red carpet look, and it was like this metallic gold cheetah print short mini dress with like long sleeves. It was so cute. She was rocking her natural hair at this time. So everyone was so used to this image of her with these crazy colorful wigs and crazy colorful outfits. And she is now serving natural hair, natural beauty, a lot more demure, but still sexy. And like the best part is that even though it was her natural hair, she still found a way to switch it up for every look of the night. Like the red carpet one, it was very, like 50s kind of housewife or like a Stepford wife. Whereas for Anaconda, she came out with like her natural curly hair, like very big, a lot of volume, giving very much like Jane of the Jungle. And then by the end of the night, her hair was straight. So here's where it gets dramatic. There was supposed to be a big snake like Britney Spears' iconic Slave For You MTV VMAs performance. But as documented in the MTV My Time Again mini docuseries, during the rehearsal for Anaconda, the snake bit a dancer. And then the next day, the replacement snake bit the snake handler. So Viacom actually completely scrapped the whole snake idea altogether. Just crushing the dreams of the Barbs being able to see Nicki pull off a completely iconic recreation of Britney Spears' Slave For You, a la Anaconda. But anyway, the performance for Anaconda was amazing. It went off without a hitch. She did the choreography. She hit all her marks. She looked amazing. Honestly, like there was no criticism at all. She did her thing. Really, it was so good. So we get through Anaconda, and then she has her quick change for Bang Bang, and boom, that's where we have the issues. Now, this is also documented in the My Time Again docuseries, but she just did not have, it was pitch black. They are trying to have her change out of her Anaconda costume into her dress for the Bang Bang performance, and there was just simply not enough time for them to pull it off, unfortunately. Which of course results in the iconic moment when Nicki comes out on stage for Bang Bang with Ariana Grande and Jessie J, and she is literally holding her dress together because the zipper broke, and she did not have enough time. She would have either missed it, or, you know, it would have been very unprofessional. So she just did what the most professional thing in her mind was, which is go. Just go. And she delivered. She did her part. She said her verse. She looked beautiful. She didn't make any mistakes at all. She hit her marks. But it was just unfortunate that the wardrobe malfunction became the talk of the moment instead of how amazing the ladies did. But overall, you know, in hindsight, it was still such a great performance, and both of those singers are super talented. We love Ariana Grande. Jessie J, you know, she's alright. Anyway, later on in the night, Nicki performed She Came to Give It to You with Usher, and they did like an all-white performance. It looked really cute. I love the outfits. I feel like it was the least talked about of the performances though, and I could hardly find any good quality pictures or videos or gifs of the performance. However, I do know firsthand, just because I watched the VMAs live that year, the performance was great, although it was definitely awkward when Usher smacked her butt and he head bumped her butt too. That was kind of strange, and in hindsight, now that her and Usher had their little issue this past year, I feel like it was a little disrespectful. But anyway, I think that she killed it this year, and from the red carpet at the beginning of the night to the red carpet at the end of the night, she looked amazing. Woo! We're halfway there, guys. The next time Nicki attended the VMAs was 2015. They were on August 30th of 2015 at the Microsoft Theater in Los Angeles, California. She had on this sparkly gold dress. It had like a deep V cut, showed a lot of cleavage. She looked like a trophy. No, like a literal trophy. She had on a straight black wig on with the classic Chinese bangs that she used to do all the time. You know, Nicki's known for the little Chinese bangs. She looked amazing. She was nominated a total of 4 times: Best Female Video, Anaconda; Best Collab, Bang Bang; Song of the Summer, Hey Mama; and Best Hip Hop Video for Anaconda. Unfortunately, out of all of those awards, the only one she did go home with was Best Hip Hop Video for Anaconda. But we know that she deserved all of them. They never want to see Nicki Minaj win at her fullest extent, so of course they gotta try and, you know, make sure that they hold her back a little bit. And that kind of brings me to the beef between her and Taylor, which actually ended up being perfectly fine, whereas it led to her and Miley having an issue, and the infamous Miley What's Good was born that year at the VMAs. But the beef goes all the way back to when the nominations for the VMAs were first announced. Taylor Swift got nominated for Video of the Year, Bad Blood, and Nicki was not nominated for Video of the Year with Anaconda. Both videos showed off, you know, women scantily dressed, shaking their butts, and, you know, just having fun. So Nicki questioned why hers wouldn't make the cut, but Taylor's would. If you don't remember, it resulted in a back and forth between her and Taylor. Taylor really didn't seem argumentative, but she also seemed to miss the point. She took it as, like a personal shot against her when Nicki was more trying to call out the music industry for not crediting her the same way that they would credit someone else. But I don't think people were fully ready to grasp that conversation yet. Nor did they realize how much Nicki had to conform in the industry in order to get accepted in the first place. If she had gone out there acting like how she did for Anaconda and the Pink Print right away, she would have never had commercial success because she would have been too intimidating for people. But she showed up like, you know, like the rest of the white pop girls for the first half of her career, and of course people were, you know, embracing her. That's the issue that she was more or less talking about. It just so happened that Taylor Swift was in the other position. Like, it was just a technicality, really. It had nothing to do with Taylor Swift. It's just funny how by the end of it, Nicki and Taylor worked it out, and yet Miley had to run her mouth so much and do interviews about it because she wasn't getting positive attention at the time. And that's exactly why Nicki Minaj called her the fuck out at the VMAs and said, "Miley, what's good?" Because you need to watch your mouth, is what you need to do. And wash your ass, okay? So this year, Nicki opened the show with Trini Dem Girls. It was such a dope performance. It was very, like, carnival themed. It was all red with the feathers and the headdresses and all that. She looked amazing. And I think this was, like, the first time that she did, like, a live performance of Trini Dem Girls, too. So it was, like, a big deal. But it transitioned into Bad Blood, and then Taylor Swift came out, and they had this really cute moment, and they finished up the song together. It was like The Night Is Still Young and Bad Blood, you know, combined at the end. And it was such a cute moment for the pop girls, for rap, for everything, just in general. Like, it was so nice to see them come together again on stage. And I don't really know where their personal relationship lies today, but I do know that that was a big deal in general for all the fandoms back then. So in 2016, the VMAs were on August 28th at Madison Square Garden in New York City. This was Nicki's 6th time attending the VMAs. Now, she was not nominated for anything this year, but she showed up looking amazing in this strappy blue, slightly see-through dress. In my opinion, one of her best VMA looks to date. In terms of the simplicity and yet how outstandingly beautiful she looks. I mean, she is so sexy, but yet so, like, understated in a way. And it wasn't over the top. There was, like, nothing crazy going on, yet you couldn't keep your eyes off of her. I think that was the best part, is that she was, like, oozing, like, bad bitch drip. It really just was all over the floor. Now, unfortunately, she had Mickey Mouse with her as her date this year because they were dating at the time. Just try not to pay attention to him because the most important part is how amazing the queen looks. We don't really like to pay attention to the help. This year, she did a performance with Ariana Grande for their hit song Side to Side, and it was such an iconic performance. They were in, like, hot pink, everything was pink themed, Ari looked great, and then Nicki came out shredding in her hot pink latex fit with a blonde wig parted down the middle with, like, a little dark root moment. You know how Nicki does. And this is kind of when we started seeing Nicki and Ariana Grande really, like, forming their friendship. Like, we had seen them a few times together. They had worked together, and, like, their stage presence together was just so enigmatic. It was so magnetic. You know what I'm saying? You could just tell that they have a really good chemistry when they work together. So overall, not much was really happening this year, but Nicki definitely brought the looks. She looked amazing, and she did an amazing performance with Ariana Grande for Side to Side. So if you haven't already, you should probably go and look that performance up now, okay? So in 2017, the VMAs took place on August 27th at the Forum in Inglewood, California. I feel like 2017 was such a major turning point in music and especially in Nicki Minaj's career. It just seemed like 2017 was where the Nicki hate train really started up. She had, you know, split from Meek Mill. She had taken a little break. She hadn't really released a lot of her own music, like as far as a solo project. So the fans were really waiting for her to start putting out new music. I believe this is when Rake It Up had just come out, so everybody was like, oh my god, like the next era is coming. She showed up to the red carpet in this beautiful hot pink latex look. It was like a two-piece latex look. It was like high-waisted pants, and then it was a crop top, and it was strappy, and it was so cute. Skin tight. Of course, we love a skin tight latex look. Honestly, I feel like if we're gonna be real, Nicki, like, put the girls on to these strappy latex looks. You see all the new girls rocking looks like that now. Where did it come from? Where? Oh, that's right, the queen. Meanwhile, everybody was constantly saying that she looked ridiculous and that all she wore was latex and spandex. Now all these girls wear latex and spandex. But anyway, so this year her one nomination was for Side to Side. It was nominated for Best Choreo. Obviously, I don't really think Nicki had a lot to do with the choreography of that music video, but, you know, she was still a featured artist on the song, so it was nominated for both of them. That night, she performed Swish Swish with Katy Perry. It was so exciting. No one was really sure if she was gonna for sure perform or not, but when that giant, like, half-dome thing spun around and she was standing inside of it, wearing that latex, like, soccer coach costume, oh my god, I lost it. And the fact that she had, this is when she had started the inches look, so the red carpet look had the long inches, and it was half pink, half blonde, and then for the performance, it was like crimped and wavy, and it was like in a high ponytail, but it was still half blonde and half pink. And I just thought to myself, wow, like, you are really, like, giving us more than we deserve with these looks right now. Like, none of the girls were achieving the looks that Nicki Minaj could achieve. And nowadays, they're just achieving looks Nicki Minaj already achieved. But yeah, I loved the performance. It was so cute. She did, like, slightly mess up a tiny bit, but again, Swish Swish had just come out. So it was kind of like, okay, like, the lyrics are brand new. I'm sure you have, like, hundreds and hundreds of songs. I doubt that you can remember every lyric to every song all the time. But it was just so cute seeing her, like, forget her lyric for a second and then, like, smile and then get right back to it. The thing with Nicki is even when she slightly makes a mistake or says a word wrong or, like, slips up, she catches herself so fast. The level of professionalism that comes from that woman is unmatched. I'm sorry. She really is the Beyonce of rap. Because even Beyonce will slip, fall, make a mistake, but she covers it up so well, you don't even notice it. Or if you did, you almost think it was meant to happen. And I totally realized that I said soccer coach. I obviously meant basketball coach because the song is called Swish Swish and the video they're playing basketball and it's about making baskets. Don't know why, but I automatically equate those coach uniforms to, like, soccer for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's black and white and looks like a soccer ball, kind of. I don't know. So 2018 was the last time Nicki attended the VMAs. They were on August 20th at Radio City Music Hall in New York City. She was nominated and won for Best Hip Hop Video, Chun-Li. Ayo, I been on, bitch you been con, Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on, plates say Chun-Li, drop the Benz off. Her look of the night was an off-white streetwear collection swimsuit sheer gown paired with Yeezy PVC ankle strap sandals. Now, this isn't one of my favorite looks just because I feel like she definitely could do a lot more. But it was cute, it wasn't terrible, and it was very trendy. And half the girls wear stuff like that all the freaking time. So in 2018, Nicki Minaj showing up in something like that, especially as a nod to her song Chun-Li when she says, looks like I'm going for a swim, and she shows up in like what looks like a leathery swimsuit with like a sheer gown over it, it kind of connected for the fans. But I can understand why people might have been like, wait, what? Like, you showed up in like a bathing suit with a see-through skirt on it, but it was a streetwear gown from Off-White, which all of the biggest names wear Off-White. So, and I think that the Yeezy PVC strap sandals were a perfect combination with it. And I just want to point out that while Nicki might have been a little thicker in some areas this year, she was by no means fat, and people really tried to fat shame the shit out of her. Like, it was bad. This woman is beautiful, she is the prize, and she really is what all these bitches want to look like anyway. So I don't know why people try and say that negative stuff about her when they want to be her. Now, the excitement of the night was that Nicki actually had a surprise performance where it was pre-recorded the day before at the Oculus Center for the World Trade Center, and it was filmed on August 19th. I actually know somebody who was there. They said that the performance was even better in person, which I do not doubt that for a second. Of course, during the VMAs, they kind of made it look like Nicki left the VMAs in a helicopter and flew right to that location and performed live, but it was technically pre-recorded. Now, this was basically like a mini concert for the Barbs because it was kind of like a preview of what the Queen tour was going to be like. She of course had her whole set with her, the giant gold unicorn statues behind her, all that. She literally looked like royalty in gold and pink, as she should. And she interestingly paired it all with a short blonde bob, which at first I was a little like, wait, what? Like, out of all the looks, but then it kind of made sense. It really gives a regal, like, classy vibe to it. After all, the album was called Queen, and she was really showing off that she is the leader of the pack. She doesn't need to do the clown stuff that all the other girls need to do in order to stay relevant, because she is the standard. Like, she really invented what it takes to be in this position that she has been in. So, you know, she really doesn't need to follow any rules. She's making them. That being said, she wanted to make sure that if anybody tried to run up on her, that they couldn't really get a good grasp of her hair if it was that short, right? Because you know these musty bitches be trying to pull up on the queen. So the set list was awesome. She did Majesty, Fifi, Barbie Dreams, and Ganja Burns. She shut it down as she usually does and shows you bitches how to do it as she usually does. Any questions? Nope. Okay. I think overall the cutest part of this night was her and Ariana Grande interacting. They were whispering secrets to each other. Ariana helped Nicki when she was going up on stage. So it again shows off their sisterhood and their bond, and I really, really love that. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm going to continue to manifest more Nicki and Ariana features in the future because I just love when they work together. And that concludes this episode of Nicki Minaj Highlights VMA Edition. In total, throughout her time at the VMAs, she had 16 nominations, 5 wins, and 9 performances. Not to mention her countless iconic looks. And that leads me to my question, which was your favorite? Your favorite look, your favorite performance, and your favorite award that she won? And which awards do you think that she totally deserved that she didn't win? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on post notifications because I want to see you back here again. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Bye.
Real tea, plastic savage. Ooh, spill that tea.